What's happening, everybody?
Look, we got it. Randy's kind of stoned.
Randy, you're sideways.
Yeah,
Randy,
he froze.
hello.
He's got that
Hey,
ice.
process, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, process. And
Oh, what happened to
Mr.
Randy, man? Let me see
Mr.
what I can
Steve
do with
Hill
Randy
is in here.
See what I can do here.
Hey
There you are,
guys,
Randy.
I'm sorry, man, but my my doctor called me at the last freaking second, man. Can you freaking believe that shit? And I could not take it, man. I had to.
You're fine, dude. You're fine. That's an
Sorry,
important
folks.
call. That's an
Anyway,
important call.
hey, it's party time. Oh,
Yeah, you were
anyhow,
in there like this, Randy, all sideways.
hey, it was probably freeze framed, because I was talking on the phone. The lady was like, "I can't hear you, sir. Can you hear me?" Oh yeah, I
Well,
can hear you. Go ahead. Well, anyway, it wasn't nothing except for, hey, I got new glasses. They
all
came in.
right. Cool,
And you
About
still
days on.
can't see.
cool,
And I
cool.
still can't see now. Blind in
Well,
one eye and can't see out the other.
as you
You
can
know how
see,
that
it's
goes.
the three of us again, everybody. Stubbs going somewhere where I wish I was going. It's just funds didn't
Wait.
fall into place for me, so I didn't get to
I was
go.
going to say we kicked him off the show.
Oh, come on now. We couldn't kick him off the show. Come on, man.
No.
Stubbs is
We
headed
haven't voted yet.
to Sturgis.
Yeah, we ain't voted.
He's headed to
Yeah, man,
Sturgis,
he's
and he's
having
going to come
fun.
back
Or he
with
says,
a
yes.
woman.
He should be halfway between his first stop. He's going to stop tonight, I do believe, and he may be checking in while we're on here. Hey, Hellfighter, how you doing, Steve? Everybody in chat, Gloria, Process, Snow White.
Yeah, man. Hey, guys.
James.
If I don't answer,
Randy
I
here.
can't see what you're writing. So.
Sorry, here, I'll start putting them up for you, brother.
And Steve is heading to Sturgis tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Snow White was on.
Yeah, Steve is meeting up with Stubbs up there, as a matter of fact.
So safe journey to Steve and Stubbs. Let's hope they make it there safe.
Yes,
Yep.
safe for you guys.
They're going to meet up at the Giant Cross.
Yeah, at the big cross. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
That's
where
all
they
good.
put you if you misbehave.
Yeah. You have to hold your nose to it.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be Stubbs' first time up there. It would have been my first time too, but like I said, funds just didn't fall into my place. Shit happens, right?
Yeah, but you're riding a brand new bike there, brother.
Yeah, I'm paying for it too.
Well, that's the part you're not supposed to think about.
But
you just got to enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride.
Our resident Rob here has been to Sturgis twice.
Yes.
Yeah.
One in the off season, right before everything kicked off, and one as it was happening.
Okay. Did the first weekend, I guess.
Yep. The first time I went was on my first honeymoon before my first marriage in '99. And we got there and they were setting up the T-shirts. Most of the shops were vacant at that time. We got there maybe a week ahead of time. But they were setting up T-shirts and stuff, and we just did the wildlife loop and Deadwood, stuff like that. And we stayed with a friend who was working at the Ellsworth Air Force Base. So we stayed at his place in Rapid City. That was pretty decent, but I'm not with that woman anymore for certain reasons. But the second time I went, it was me, my wife Camilla, my friend Rick and his wife. We all went in 21, and it was fun, but yet kind of a disaster.
Right. That was mid pandemic, huh?
That was after the pandemic. Yep.
Yeah, and they were all bitching on the news that oh God, these bikers are gonna freaking pass the pandemic around because they're going to
Oh,
Sturgis. I mean,
geez.
come
We
on,
never
bikers
we
don't
never
care. I mean, we care, but
experienced that.
I know
But
that's what I'm saying, man. That whole thing, I don't know what to think about it really, but I didn't never wear a mask, man, and I never got sick, so I don't know.
so when I went, well, when I went back in 21, we stayed at a campground. I think it was the Legendary or the Legacy campground. It's on the south side of Custer State Park.
Mm.
And we did the wildlife loop twice. Once with the wife and I, one with everybody. And it takes about 2 hours to do a car or motorcycle. I recommend doing that because you got animals right there on the road. If you got a bison right there, be careful because they do think you're another bison.
I was gonna
I
say
was
you
gonna
don't
say,
want to
man,
pet them,
don't
do
do like
you?
they do at Yellowstone. Excuse me, there, brother. Uh, because at Yellowstone, them people just walk up to them like they're tame or something. You know what I mean? And
That's what.
Oh,
them
yeah.
suckers, they will attack you. You know.
Well, Rob and I was talking about that earlier. That's what I said. I ain't no way I'm walking up to one of them damn animals.
Well, I'd be worried that the bike, if you're on your bike, man, the noise from the bike's gonna set them off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Maybe they'll try to charge you or something, man. And what
So
are you gonna do then?
you gotta
Lord,
you
I guess
gotta you gotta move over a little bit from them and just go slow.
slow right by them.
And
Yeah.
not and then as soon as you're past them, you can just kind of punch it a little bit. They got
Yeah, but
wild
don't.
donkeys out there that you're not supposed to feed, but they've been there for years and they just used to people coming up to them and feeding them. So why look for food if you ain't got to?
Right.
You,
Yeah. And that's actually harmful to them
Don't
because
make
if they
eye
have to really
contact.
forage, they might not make it.
What are you saying? Process, rev it up, and don't make eye contact. Is that what you're saying?
Don't look that creature right in the eyes
Yeah.
when
so,
you
It's
go
but
by.
in that loop, you'll see prairie dogs,
that's with
deer,
bears, ain't it? Ain't you
antelope.
supposed to establish
You're supposed
dominance
to
with bears?
stare at them right in the eyes, even if they attack you. No,
Yeah. Now the bears were in a different, um, like
no.
Bear Country, USA. There were bears there, but
Yeah, let them
um,
do their own thing.
we went into the Custer, and there's a nice pie and ice cream shop there, purple building, some of the best pie I've ever had right there in that building in Custer. It's on the west end of town on Main Street.
Mm.
Then we did Keystone on our first day, did some panning for gold, didn't get anything because
You didn't get none?
well, some of it they plant, some of it they don't, and it's already
Right.
depends on who went through its picked and that, and but
I'm a
it's
gold
fun to
top
do.
catcher myself, and I've had very, very weak luck. I'll tell you that. Even when I buy dirt from they'll sell you some dirt, at one of these, like I used to go to these gold towns and stuff and just walk around them and check it all out. There's a place called Randsburg, and if you go into the general store, it's just, there's like a bar and a couple old buildings and the old jail and a few other things way out in the desert. And you can buy a little sack of dirt, and they
Applause.
guarantee you're going to get some specks out of it. But that's about all you do good.
Right.
How you doing, Floss?
You know, Custer
Hey,
is
Clyde.
great to go
Hey,
into.
Lord.
Keystone, you hit the main drag. That's where all the bikes are.
Hey, Henry.
There is a small gold mine in the farther down. I recommend going through that, taking the tour through that. That was pretty interesting. We did Deadwood another day. And that's with everybody. We didn't get much time to do stuff of our own because of a group. So
Gay bar. I don't know. I never went to the bar, but yeah, we went on our dirt bikes and we rode right into town. I don't know if
Solid.
it was gay or not, but
Well, Deadwood, I want to visit Deadwood while I'm out there, the Desert Tower when I go out there, which will be next year now. But
well, Deadwood is a must
right.
because they've got. If you're into history, oh my God, there's history galore. You know, you've got the cemetery up on the hill that's got two famous, well, one cowboy, one cowgirl, and a very famous preacher, a couple other cowboys up there. There's history in that cemetery. I recommend that cemetery tour.
Doesn't that cemetery have the guys that Doc Holliday and Wild Bill Hickok and all them killed in
No,
Tombstone or
it's
something?
got Wild Bill Hickok, Calamity Jane. Uh, the preacher that's buried right next to him is a great friend of theirs. There's I want to say a coyote or cactus, somebody that's buried up there. I seen the pictures of them in Keystone at the um,
Spearfish Canyon. Yeah.
Wilder Museum that's down there. They've got a picture of this guy. He's buried up there. You know, it's just a lot of history there. And then you've got Main Street, Deadwood, where it says you can't park there, but you can drive up and down. You just can't park there. They've got where the original building where Wild Bill Hickok was shot, and he was not shot downstairs. He was shot upstairs, off in a corner, and you can still see the bullet hole in the wall.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow. That isn't what they're teaching. They're teaching that he was shot downstairs in the back of the head.
Yeah, that's what the movie said he was shot in the back of the head.
He was shot in the back of the head, but he
the
was
guy
never
walked in the
shot
back door
downstairs.
is what I heard.
There was never a downstairs to that saloon at that time.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, it was one of his not his friends, but an acquaintance or something.
It was his kid. It was the brother of a guy that he shot, supposedly.
Yeah, but I'm guessing 2 shots were fired, one in his head and one missed, and anyways, there's a bullet hole that you can see from that.
You're not sick, are you, Henry? Sorry, Rob.
And then the original chair that he was shot in is over at a hotel that is now called the name of the place that he was shot in. So, and then they've got the trial of the guy and where he ran and where he was caught. And
yeah, but you know what? They let him go. He was acquitted because he said that he killed his brother. You know what I mean? And he had every right to avenge his brother in them days, you know?
Right, yeah. It was
nowadays you'll be in prison a long time.
But there's the broken boot mine. There's the broken boot mine at the one end of town as you come in. I recommend going to do that. You'll get little specks of gold on that one, I guarantee you. Deadwood's just a fun place to go. It is really nice, really cool people. And if you get in the casino at the right time, you get free beer.
Right.
You know, I did half a day at Sturgis. That was all right. Had dinner there, met a couple friends from
hey, Frogzilla.
The CMA, and we hung out and we got free coffee.
December, well, you're flying out too, aren't you, ML? That's what you were saying earlier.
But we didn't get to do Spearfish Canyon on this time around. First time I went out there, we did half of it. And that's a recommended must-do ride. Needles Highway is a recommended must-do. Custer State Park Loop, do it.
Well,
I've seen it on YouTube.
There's so much to do out there. Like Randy's saying, I've watched YouTube. I've seen so many different videos for so many different people. It's like I've been there. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Same here, man. I've watched Custer stuff so many times. It's like I know kind of what's going on out there.
Right. Gotta ride Spearfish. Good restaurant there, Rob. See that?
Yeah. Reptile Gardens is close to Bear Country, USA.
Yeah.
Both places are a must if you can.
Right.
If you like around December, January, go to the state of South Dakota's website for tourism. You can get a packet for that customized to your trip. And when we did that in 21, they sent us a map of rides to do and their level of easy to hard for motorcycle rides. I recommend doing that, and they'll give you a lot of tips of what to see, where to go, what to do, who not to beat up, who to pee on, stuff like that.
Don't forget your snake bite kit. Just wear high boots.
Process, I wasn't drinking snake bite. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I like snake
Snake
bite.
eye. What is that? Oh yeah, that snake bite, the venom,
Yeah, it's
the
got
beer or the whiskey.
schnapps and something else, ain't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. By the time I'm drunk enough to drink snake bites, I've been eating them or drinking them Jager bombs. So, Jager bombs.
And where we
He
were
looks like a
staying at,
ghost.
there's
Why does
these
he look like a
birds.
ghost? Oh, he's a Ghostbuster. Yeah.
Where we were staying at,
Tequila
there
and
were
hot
these
sauce.
miniature. There's these birds that look like a miniature Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. I can't remember what the name of them are.
Wow.
And we had a
Hey,
buffalo.
Dr. Harley.
We had a bison come into our camp on the first day, which was
Hey,
really
Harley.
cool.
Doc on it. Glad
And
to have
one
you.
guy, like you said, Jamin, went to go try to pet him, and he almost got charged.
Right.
But they stayed at the edge of our campsite, our camping ground, and slept
Hey,
there
brother.
every night. I could hear
Hey,
them
Brian.
snort every night while we were there.
I bet.
That was fun. Never got that close to nature without killing something.
Where was that place that you went? You were
Take
at
it
the
easy, man. Stay strong.
where you had the bunk beds in your tent and everything. It looked like a house.
That was
That
the
was
Renaissance. That's
Renaissance. Yeah.
we're going to be doing that in about
I
3
never seen anybody so equipped in my life, man. He had that sucker down, man.
Hey.
He had bunk beds and
When we camp
Yep.
out there at the Renaissance, we camp in style, except for the air
you
conditioning.
were, man. That's for sure. It was like the comforts of home in there.
Right. Oh, that's coming up, isn't it?
Yes, 3 weeks.
That's cool.
Wow.
And Process, you're doing great, brother.
Yep.
Yeah,
We're glad
keep it
to
up,
hear
great,
it,
brother,
man.
man.
Keep on
We're
trucking,
all
brother.
behind you, brother.
Yep.
So that was my experience to Sturgis.
Was
Both
that the
times.
first time you said?
That was everything that we did was the second time.
Oh, okay.
The first time we did Bear Country USA, we did was it the Flying T Ranch, where there was a dinner and a show, and they fed you. It's not going no more, but they fed you like you're on a chuck wagon line. They give you a tin plate, and they put a hot potato on it first, and that really makes your plate hot. They served, what they say, 2,500 people in 15 minutes. And that was a really good time. But some of those attractions I went to the first time weren't there for the second time.
Well, like you were saying, it was in 21, which was kind of like a slower year, I think.
Well,
Yeah, and
that's when they were talking about it being a super spreader and all that crap. So,
That's exactly it.
so, I
Yeah.
mean, it was
And
still just as big, wasn't it? I mean,
I just
thought
think the
it was.
attendance
Yeah,
was down a
it
little
was
bit.
just as
I
big,
I
but
could be wrong.
they didn't, in 21, they didn't say, like they did in 20, go, well, all these people that came back from Sturgis have COVID now and are spreading. Well, they couldn't track it that great, because it was an app. Okay.
Gold country, huh? Right on.
But, yeah, going the second time was better than going the first. One, because I had the best wife I have, and it makes it great going with the people that you really enjoy. The disaster was being in a group. You really can't do your own thing. People get distracted and wander off because they see a Harley shop.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You see that, Randy?
What?
Ray asked if you were going to any events.
Oh, heck no, man. I'm like, ain't got nothing but work going on here, man.
He's going to
I'm
the coast
watering out at
soon,
the
aren't you?
ranch
Aren't
for
you
the
going to
next
go to the
couple of weeks.
coast?
Yeah, I'm going to go to the coast in the next few weeks. I won't even put a date, but I've been saying that for about 2 months since my birthday. But you know what? I've been busy as hell, so I haven't been able to do much. I'm getting there though. I'm getting everything done. I should be on my way anytime, and I'm gonna film it and put it on my channel so people can actually enjoy it also.
Well, speaking of filming, did you get any film, Rob?
No,
Is that before you started YouTube?
that was before I
TikTok?
started YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do recommend, if you go out there in a group, do a couple days of your own stuff, and then do some stuff as a group. That way, you're not going to get disappointed. You're not going to say it was a disaster. You know, that type of
Well,
thing.
like I was
Go do your
telling
own
Stubz,
stuff.
I would have to go like it's 14. He was saying it was 1,400 miles for me to go there. By the time I got there, I'd be in so much pain that it would take me 2 days at least to maybe get feeling better. And then that's with partying and all that. But I wouldn't want to get on no bike and go riding again for any time for a
Right.
day or two. Then I might be at the end of the rally or whatever, be able to go down and go check out some of the sites, you know. But I know the first part of it would kill me with my back problem.
Well, I never did get to the Buffalo Tip or
Ever
the
leave your house?
Full Throttle Saloon.
Yeah, I leave
Never
this
got
house
there.
quite often, believe it or not.
So next
Oh, you
year,
must be talking to fucking J Man and
They ain't talking to me, Holmes.
hey, what's up,
No.
man? I leave this house every day.
Yeah,
I
you
have to go
do.
to work too,
I,
you know, once
I
in a
agree
while.
100%. You go more. You go a lot more places than I go.
I go all over. I'm gone all the time.
I go to work and home, dude. Sorry, Rob. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's unfortunately that's the working man's life, man. I done it for 40 years, and I'm glad I'm not doing it anymore. Well,
Yeah,
I still do it, but I'm working for
2,500
myself.
miles in a cage in 41 hours.
yeah, Steve, you're caging it to Sturgis, right?
Even a cage will kill me, man. Riding in one of them.
Rent a horse when you get to Sturgis. Hey, do they rent horses out there? I guess they do. I guess
Yeah,
they
man,
out
let's
there.
rent a horse and really feel the real old west.
Was it
Now,
raining out
uh,
there?
you'll have ass sores and
when I was out there, it didn't rain one bit. Now, Steve might remember this one.
shit.
It was Wednesday of the first week, right toward evening, there was a shooting right at, I think, the pharmacy at one of the grocery stores there. Steve might remember that. We got there and 12 squad cars went flying right by us right after it happened. So, and that was the only shooting we ever heard out there for that year.
Right.
Yeah, it's remarkably mellow out there
It's
compared
pretty
to what you
peaceful,
would think.
yes.
Yeah, for all the bikers and everybody that's all together.
Well, I've heard
Yeah,
there's a lot of DUIs and a lot of
yeah,
wrecks out there. To be honest with you.
that I believe too. Yeah.
You do remember there, Steve? You're not that old anymore.
He ain't that old yet.
Let's see, he's been going for 10 years. So that was 2013 he started going, I guess. Cool.
Yeah.
And how I how I didn't meet Steve out there, I have not a clue.
You probably didn't go to the big cross.
That's right.
I was
You
down on
gotta
Main
go
Street
to the
with
big crowd.
I was down on Main Street with my two friends from the CMA, Nebraska
Oh,
CMA. So Next year I'll go to the chip and full throttle
Right, right.
because we are going next year, right?
Where'd you stay at last year? Yeah, yeah. The plan is for all of us to go. I don't know if Randy's in on the plan, but me and the wife have already started saving. We have a special Sturgis account now.
If I get in the plan, I'm just flying out there. I won't even.
Right. Well, yeah, you can rent a
Suffer.
Harley,
Yeah,
We stayed
you can
at,
or
rent
you
one.
can test drive Indians or what have you. You know.
I think we stayed
Hey, I'll
at
be back in a couple of hours. I'm test driving this one. That's how you can get over on them. Don't come back for a while.
Right, right.
I think we
Uh,
stayed at the Legacy Campground.
Not this year. Next year. We started a Sturgis account. So yeah, if we put $10
there
a
you go,
week in
man.
it, that'll be more than I got now. So
So yeah, I'm gonna start looking for a couple campsites, kind of like right in the middle of everything, for the group, so that we're all right together.
that's an idea, Froggy. Call me later.
It'll add up quick, dude, if you just put a little away here and there.
Right.
Yeah, fly and rent a bike. Hell yeah.
Like what preacher says. Yeah, he'll be there. He'll be there for the rest of his life, probably.
Right.
There you go. Wouldn't miss
Uh,
it for the world.
they follow you when you test drive Harleys. Yeah, that's why I said an Indian.
Oh, really?
The
Oh,
test rides,
if they can
were in
catch
Hill
me.
City.
No.
The test rides were in Hill City.
Right. And test drive and tell you tell you need about 3 days to make up your mind. GPS, yeah, I'm sure they do have GPS on them bikes out there.
Hey Steve, does
Yeah, they do.
Creekside have a fire pit? At
Yeah,
every
that's
campground?
the Creekside campground. That is where Stubz is staying. That's I was supposed to stay too.
How
Anyway,
many days was he going to be there anyway? Like 3 or 4 days?
I was just going for basically 1 day because it would take me 2 days to get there, 1,224 miles, unless I did it in 17 hours. It said 17 hours, 24 hours, put it that way.
You're about as far away as from the opposite side, though. Huh?
Right. I
We're
was going to
both going
stay
to go
for
like
2 days.
that.
I was going to stay
Yeah.
for 2 days if I rode straight there, stay for 2
Yeah.
days, ride straight back. But
Right.
I don't know.
Then how long is he staying? 3 days?
I think Stubbs is going to be there through the weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
through the weekend.
I thought he was going to try and hook up tonight and get on here, but I guess he's not.
Well, he said he was coming back on the 7th, or he was leaving the 7th, something like that.
Hmm.
Scooter Tramp Scotty, yeah. As a matter of fact, he put out a video earlier today. Scooter Tramp did. I didn't get to watch it yet, but it's out. He is out there, yeah. You're in Tennessee too, Nitro?
But
A free place to stay at Sturgis? That's a hell of a price.
Yeah.
Thing.
I might go and look into a cabin and see how much that's going to cost and have us
See,
all
that
stay
would
in a
work
cabin.
for everybody if we get a cabin.
And then you can pitch in also, and it'll be a lot cheaper on everybody, I would think.
Yeah, because what I do is I throw it on a card, and then I tell everybody this is, if you're going, this is what your price is going to be.
Right.
But then we can pitch in for food for everybody, or you get your own food.
Right.
You know, that's what we'll do. If I can get a cabin, we'll get a cabin.
All right, well, you check into getting a cabin then. But,
I bet it's pretty pricey, but with about 4 or 5 people, maybe more, you would have it covered probably.
Well, there's also, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there with Airbnbs now. I mean, Airbnbs are kind of expensive, but when you got 4 or 5 couples, 3 or 4 couples anyway, you know, that takes up, up most of the slack. So.
The good thing about those are usually they'll feed you breakfast or something if you got one of those.
Right.
Which, well, you know, bed and breakfast, but it's a lot better than going out there in Sturgis and paying for food, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it's high as hell.
Chicago's still 17 hours. Well, no, now it says I'm 17 hours, and I'm like
No.
8 hours from Chicago,
I'm-
almost 6 hours.
I'm 9 hours from Sturgis.
You're 9 hours from Sturgis.
If you just drive straight through it, but you're on a bike, so you're going to stop here and there, so it's going to take you longer. And 17 hours would probably be right because stop every hour.
Right.
But
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
you're
it's-
just driving from Chicago, no, it ain't 17.
Well, for me,
I
I
don't
looked
think
it up. I looked it up when I was trying to figure out dollars the other day. It was 1,224 miles to that campsite from my house. So, but
I don't know. Steve might know my CMA friends. He might know, but I ain't gonna say their names on here.
they serve breakfast for free.
How many fill ups is it going to take to go 1,200 fucking
I
miles?
was figuring 8.
Quite
if I
a
get
few.
250 miles out of a tank, that's about 8 fill-ups, I think. There
Wow.
and back, maybe. I don't know, something like that. We figured 8. But
Wow. You're looking at damn
that's
near
not
200
cool.
bucks.
Steve still
in fuel.
rides.
Yeah,
Randy still rides.
but Steve's got an
I'm
iron
riding.
butt.
I just rode last week, damn it.
Yeah,
Every
Steve's-
2 hours.
And I went
you
to the
stop.
lake too, and I showed these guys, but I don't know who was all there. But
That's pretty much.
4 gallons, yeah.
Well, look at what Steve said. He said you're going to stop
I've got
every 2
5-gallon
hours for
tank, but
gas.
when it gets a gallon left in it, it's time to get gas.
Steve should be on here because he's been to Sturgis more times than I have. He should be on here talking.
1,400 miles, 20 hours.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, Steve, you got an iron butt.
Yeah. I would say he does.
Hell yeah, he does.
Heck, even if you can stay awake in a daggone cage for 24 hours to 41 hours, man. Come on, dude.
I can
You didn't
drive for
sleep much,
18
did
hours straight, and I'm ragged out, man, after that. Just done.
Oh, you got a sporty? Is it a choppy sporty?
And
Electric
there's a
drive.
message from Stubz in
What I got, electro glass.
Discord. It says Rock Springs, Wyoming
Ultra
got lightning. It's gonna get dinner there. He's at Applebee's. He's 100 miles from his hotel at the moment.
There you go. Applebee's. Oh,
Got
they
lightning?
treat you like family, so they
He's
kick
got
your ass
lightning?
out.
Ooh,
Yeah, he's got lightning right now.
100 miles to the hotel. Okay. Well, that ain't too bad.
There you go.
He's
He
making good
moved on,
time.
man.
He's
Yeah,
making
he is.
Yep.
He
So-
said he was taking off around 2 his time. So he's already been gone a couple hours. 3 hours, 2 hours,
Jamestown.
3 hours.
Are you in Jamestown or right outside of Jamestown? Because my ex's family was from Jamestown, Tennessee. Their name was Harris, not Harrison.
I thought you were going to say James.
Anyway.
It was Jesse. Oh, you know, Jesse.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I looked up where Stubz is in Rock Springs, and he's got a hell of a cell right there. So I'm glad he's parked and safe.
In Jamestown.
He's in
Okay.
Jamestown, yeah.
And that's in
Yeah,
Rock
I
Springs,
think
Wyoming.
It was Johnson and Harris was their maiden names. So yeah. Probably Johnson down there in that area. Anyway, long story.
So I'm glad
Wow.
Stubz is safe. He's got a hell of a cell right above him. So,
Right?
and no, that is not a hippy dippy thing.
That's not a hippy dippy weather report.
No,
Okay. That's a
Are
good
you
thing.
sure now?
Hippy dippy ain't right half the time.
right.
He's right over him. The rest of us all wrong.
Hey, Greg,
Uh,
what's happening, brother?
he's probably closer to right than the dang weatherman.
Right.
Hey, Greg.
Head straightening the picture on wall or something. Who's straightening a picture on the wall?
That's Wild Bill Hickok.
Oh, I was lost. I
No,
hear an alarm going off. Is
no,
that
no, no.
off?
That was Jesse James. He was straightening a picture.
Yeah,
Oh,
and he got blasted, yeah,
Yeah. Wild Bill was
by
playing poker.
the coward, whatever his name was.
yeah. Well, when wasn't um Wild Bill, playing cards?
Yeah, right. That's how he made
But
that
the
extra money
but
in
the
the old
funny
days.
thing is, he never sat with his back to the door. When he sat down that time, that was the only spot that was open at the table when he took it.
Right.
If
And
he
man,
would have
just
if he would have sat any other
Yes, he
place where
did.
if it was a spot open, he would never have gotten killed.
yeah.
Amazing,
I
isn't it?
believe in that myself. I always stare at the door. I don't everywhere I go. I don't sit with my back towards the door. I don't know why. I just don't. Well, I do know why,
You don't
but
want people to get behind you. It's understandable.
yeah, man. Especially when they're all carrying knives and shit. Man, I don't want their ass behind
And
me, man.
and Deadwood has ghost tours.
Both who?
Yeah.
What? Has both
Deadwood
what?
has ghost tours.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to do that.
So
That'd be cool.
Mhm.
and they closed off the tunnels underneath the city so you can't go into those.
Oh yeah, every building's connected through out there, isn't there? Or
Yep.
something.
Well, wasn't that from the old drug trade when they had the old what was it, the heroin
The,
dens or
the
whatever that
opium. The opium.
opium? Yeah,
The
yeah,
Oh,
Chinese
the
were down
opium
there.
dens when they had the
yeah. The
Chinese
opium
shit.
dens, man. They got them down here in not California, but in Oregon, I think has a bunch of that type of stuff. We got them here. They found some in my little town over here that they didn't know about when they were excavating a while back, and they're trying to preserve them. Just some,
Yeah,
close to
opium.
Chinatown area. Yeah, opium dens.
Yeah, well, yeah, the Chinese had it real bad because the they would they would
Got it.
catch catch an American young person or what have you strolling into the bar and then trap door them in and right to the
Shanghai.
ships they
They're
went.
Shanghai. Yeah,
Yeah,
they Shanghai them and
that's
ship
what.
them off on a ship across the ocean, and they either work or they get kicked off the ship out into the ocean. So, what are you gonna do? You know,
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
you've been Shanghai.
indentured servants.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
So
In the old days, I would have rather got uh, shot than Shanghai because you get stuck on one of them boats and it would be like at least a year out in the ocean, because they're out whaling or whatever they're doing out there, or they're
if you
going
get
across the ocean to
if
another
you get
area.
died from dysentery or rat bite, man,
Oh
you
yeah, man.
Right, right.
Yeah,
yeah, it was nasty back in them
they
days,
would
man.
get the scurvy because they didn't have enough vitamin C and stuff.
Right.
You're gonna
Yep.
be cooking. What are you cooking there, Dark?
He ain't cooking for me.
Hey, doc,
I don't trust Pennsylvania cooking, man.
opium and good munchies. Ah, yeah, they did. Damn good munchies.
But
Shanghai surprise. Yeah, that's what
I
you would get.
I do recommend if you haven't gone to Sturgis, go. There's a lot of history out there, a lot of
Ever
things to
seen
see.
Fat in China? No.
Do it. I say do it.
Because they've been
Randy,
eating them
you
all.
talk too
Oh,
much.
help. Hey, this is my show, goddammit.
Randy, I got one thing for you.
Oh, hey, this ain't even. Friday yet, damn it.
Well, I don't work tomorrow, so I'm
Oh.
doing it early.
Right.
Because you know your shit. That's why. Fogzilla
Right,
says, hey,
right.
Dark. Usually there is a Air Force flyover on Tuesday at Sturgis. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I saw that.
Which ones fly over? The B2s or the little jets?
Like the
Homemade burgers.
Blue
Oh,
Angel,
I love that.
like that.
Mm-mm.
Go do a track day.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
I
smells
like to
burger
do some
around here.
track days. Hand pink waving. That's that thing going like that.
Yeah, Dark Souls waving with a pink hand.
Stealth bomber. Okay, yeah. Speaking of stealth, man, that shit was out in the '60s, man. I was watching not Ancient Aliens, but it was a history program where they were talking about how the guy from Lockheed Martin, the inventor of stealth, the B-2 bomber and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was
The stealth bomber.
re-engineering otherworldly technology. That's where stealth came from.
Right.
That's what they
Reverse
said.
engineering. Well, have you seen some of the stuff that they're talking about in the Senate and everything about the UFOs and stuff now? They're trying to come clean and all this stuff with, oh, we have stuff that we can't divulge. And I mean, about as clean as you're going to get anyway.
Yeah, but
You
wasn't
know?
that Lockheed Martin the owner of Skunk Works? I mean, Skunk Works was the name of his division.
Yeah, those guys they've had stuff for a long time, I'm sure.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's all this is coming out now, where the Congress wants answers about it.
Right.
You know? So
yeah, and they should
find
be
out
giving them
more.
to us.
Yeah,
I
we'll
hear
find
bad
out.
things, you know. I've heard that if we do have aliens, they're hiding inside the earth and they eat humans. So that's why these guys are all these little kids are coming up missing. I
I've
don't
been
know if it's
watching some
true.
things
I
from
don't
him.
believe anything I hear, but that's what I've been told on YouTube. So blame it on them if it's wrong. I hope it's wrong.
Yeah, go to
Area
Area
51
51.
and
They
them
won't let you in
particular.
Area 51. You'll
I
get
know
shot
it,
trying
man.
to
We'd
get
have
in
to
there.
break in or something. Get
Shit,
shot.
if they let Randy in, they'll never let him leave.
Well,
Yeah,
they had the Let's Storm Area 51 a couple years ago, or a few years ago anyway, and there was a lot of people there. But the U.S. government said, "Hey, if you come across these gates, we will shoot you."
Oh, that was when they were having that alien party kind of thing they were doing out there. Yeah. That was right out here by me, man. Out here in the desert.
Randy,
And
are you an alien?
yeah. I'm a illegal alien.
No, you're not.
Oh, I know. My back ain't wet enough. Oh well.
Right.
And I can swim, so
But yeah,
Not that kind
it's
of
just
alien,
crazy how all this stuff is coming out lately. You know, they talk
Oh, that's the wrong alien.
UFOs and
Oh, that's
shit.
the only alien we know of out here, Harley.
right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I ain't seen no extraterrestrials, but I've seen some aliens every day. Plenty of them.
I'm
We're
sure
just
you
full of
do.
them over here. We do, man. Oh, boy.
Well, we got an update from Stubz in Discord. He's at Applebee's. It's raining pretty hard. There's a windstorm coming through. So we're glad that he's parked having dinner and he's safe.
Yeah, and he's glad he bought that rain suit, I bet you. You know?
He ain't wearing it. Not yet.
Yeah,
Well, if it's raining tomorrow, he
Applebee's
might
will let
be.
him stay there until it dies off.
Oh,
Hopefully.
yeah, he's at the, Applebee's.
Yeah.
He'll have to go somewhere in a little while.
He's still 100 miles away.
Yeah, he's got 100 miles,
still
man.
He
He's
was
got to
telling
ride.
him, buck up, Buttercup, and head on, man.
Yeah, buck up.
He still has about over an hour to go.
Who's got a video out? Stubz already?
Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
Discord. It's in our Discord.
Oh, it's on our Discord. Oh. Isn't alien a racist term? I don't know.
I
Alien.
don't know either. That's
Well,
what we
it
call them
depends
out
on
here.
what alien you're talking about.
Yeah.
You see extraterrestrials, I'm calling the doctor. 2-day trip. Got my questions about Stubz. Rain suit. He has questions about Stubz. That's funny.
Well, Steve, when you see him, you can ask him.
Yeah.
Hey, I would have probably left the house in the rain suit. I'm just saying, because it never fails, man. I go 100 miles one direction, it rains. I go 100 miles in another direction, it rains.
All right, so Jamin, you're going to stay in a whole different part of South Dakota because it didn't rain when I was there.
Well, isn't it raining now in South Dakota?
It is raining now in South Dakota.
Yeah,
I do believe.
because I did see the
It's
weather.
been raining on Jamin almost every day going to work. It's only a few miles. Like coming home usually gets him.
Actually, storms around Rapid City, but not much rain. It's all in like Nebraska and Wyoming, which is going to go right to Rapid City. So,
Yeah.
Nebraska gets it pretty bad out there.
Yeah. Well, he knows how to, he's been riding for years. He just got back from a big trip, so he'll be all right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, then we're going to hear him bitch about it.
We'll hear him bitch about it, anything anyway.
Right.
That's just
But no, the unaffiliated group, we're going to get a couple spots, maybe, hopefully, a cabin if the price isn't too high. And we're all going to go.
Yeah, that sounds good next year.
And
Definitely.
Randy, if you can't, you can't. If you can, you can. We understand.
Well, like you said, he can fly in.
I would fly in, yeah. And that would save me a whole bunch of pain in my ass and back.
Yeah, that's be important.
Yeah. Fly in, rent a bike, because Rapid City does have an airport.
I might not ride much anyway because I'll be too drunk with those titties in my face.
All right. Gotta be female titties, no man titties, man.
Well, no man titties, that's for sure.
What's the difference between a
you must
puppy
be in the
and
wrong bar if you got man titties in your face.
Hey, what's the difference between a puppy and a biker?
You should know that, Randy.
My bike smiles weird in the rain. You have good dinner, man. I'm gonna be having dinner as soon as I get off here too.
All right, Gunpowder. Yeah, I'll be firing up.
Have a good one, man.
It's like 90 out.
Is it 90 out there? Really?
It's 92 at my house.
Man,
wow.
all I did all winter long was hear you whine, complain, and gripe about snow and cold, and now you're doing the same thing about heat, man. Are you ever happy, Rob?
Sit and spin, baby.
You got that old man syndrome. I catch myself doing the same shit. I bitch it no matter how warm, cold, nice, whatever.
My ideal temp is between 70 and 80. 92.
The puppy eventually
stopped whining eventually.
Shit, I must be in between a puppy and a
puppy
biker.
Shites all the time. A biker will take no shite. Oh yeah, it's past 2 minutes, ain't it? No, it's 4:20.
Yeah, it is, man. I went about 30 minutes. I must have been lagging.
Lagging, yeah. No, I was fine.
You better smoke it up.
I better, man. Look at this one's got oil. 30 weight. No.
You actually went out there to your Harley and dipped it in.
Yeah, I've got some of that 2050 out of that sucker, man.
Oil, I'm sorry.
Look how black it is. That's how black my bike's oil is.
You need to get that changed, man.
I
Did
got
you ever
the
get it?
oil
Did
and
you ever
everything. It
finish
take me
getting it
about
washed?
10, 50. Yeah, I got most of it washed. I'm kind of cleaning on the chrome little at a time so it doesn't kill my back, you know.
Right.
Them
Well,
rims are going to be a bitch. I'm going to go get my lift and then lift the whole bike up so I can spin the wheels and everything. I
right.
think that'll be a way better way. Pull off the back luggage and everything.
Yes, we
Yeah,
are. I think so. Whether
Stubbs
you're
has
in a
got
club or
his
not.
Stubbs has got his video on
Exactly.
YouTube.
Oh, you put
Most
out video
bikers
on
are good
YouTube?
people, man.
Yeah,
Cool.
I know that. Go ahead, Dave. Sorry, Rob.
Yeah. Let me check it out here. Did he? Ooh, I got a notification.
yep, so did I.
Anyway, we'll watch it later.
Now, if you learn how to
Hey,
screen share, you can bring it up and do it.
it's 420,
I
damn
don't.
it. I'm
I
lighting it
can
up.
barely get this show on the road here. You want me to screenshot
Oh,
something?
you're doing good, man. You got the countdown going and everything now. It used to be just click. Oh, we're on.
Oh, hey, we're on.
Yeah,
I
Right?
kind of
hey,
like that,
everyone.
man. I mean, surprise.
You know,
Yeah,
Stubbs is going to be
surprise.
shaking his head when he sees this.
You'll have that, man. That's all I
And
can
he's
say.
going to say, next time we just ain't going to do a show.
So,
Right?
Which we're going to say, fuck you
Notification your
anyway.
taxes are past due. I got a notification today, as a matter of fact, from it said UPS team. We diverted your parcel. Please click this link to find out where it's at. I'm like, you're out of your mind. I ain't ordered nothing.
it might be that pound of marijuana
Yeah,
that you got coming.
I wish.
I know.
I don't think anybody loves me enough to send me a pound of marijuana, Randy.
I know. Damn.
Jamin, you're my
You
brother,
know
but
them.
you ain't that good of a brother.
It's a scam.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Them
exactly
cartel
what I
guys
thought.
are. They're sending that shit all over the place.
Who am I going to? I'm going to call. I'm making a call.
Ghostbuster.
Ghostbusters. No,
Ghostbusters.
no,
Oh,
no.
Yeah, this is not a paranormal channel, and we do not do paranormal things.
Yeah, even though things get high around here.
Is that paranormal?
Well,
I
if
mean,
you're
it's
sometimes
pretty
floating,
you see
normal.
shit when you're high, but I'm
if
just saying.
you're floating, it is. You know.
I try not to float too much.
Well, that'd
Yeah.
be fun. The unaffiliated, the paranormal side.
Hey, as long as we ain't like old Zach Big and that sucker, the first time he even got close to seeing any ghost, I don't know if you guys seen that one episode. His whole, every one of those guys on his group ran and was screaming and stuff when they thought they actually seen something, you know.
Right, right.
It's hilarious. And then Zach himself, he can't even go into an old building because he's so allergic to the dust and all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
So I don't even know why he even does it. I mean, he makes money. I know why, but yeah, I don't know. He has his
oh
own
yeah,
museum here
yeah.
in
Well, you're right.
Hollywood. Yeah, the
You're in the
Zach
Stubbs
Bacon
is
oven.
in the
Museum.
oven.
What's your air conditioner not working? I mean, I've heard of people get frogs getting fried, but I
I'd
never
be
heard of
dead
them getting oven
below. You too,
Don't
huh?
don't eat his
Damn.
legs, man. Don't eat his legs. There's no meat on them. Henry says dead people, so we must be dead.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, I feel dead most of the time.
Yeah,
Just
I
saying.
sweated my ass off. I mowed the front of my yard, and boy, was I fucking stupid for doing that.
That's
Right.
how
I
it's been
walked in
around
the
here,
house
man.
and I was drenched right away.
Yeah. Just so, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
We had 67% humidity a couple of days ago, and I thought I was dying. I mean, I just was pouring water like
Well, I don't know. You
trying
look
to
pretty
work.
alive to me.
Well, I'm alive, but
oh, he's
a couple
baked.
of pounds
Okay.
lighter.
Oh, Froggy is more than baked, I tell you.
Oh, I'm baked too. That's why I couldn't understand what you were talking about.
Yeah, this is the Shake and Bake Club here.
Wait,
Right.
am I the only one that's sober on this show?
Hell yeah,
Uh,
get
I don't
get a
know. Are you
buzz,
drinking?
man.
Are you drinking?
You're putting a
I
drag on it.
I
Get you a
I
beer.
drink pop, I drink water, I don't smoke weed.
Guess
This
you're the
that.
only sober one on the show then.
No,
No wonder
yeah,
I'm
that's
making
all
a
good.
lot of sense.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, it's good.
Uh,
Leaves more
I
for me.
want to. Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming on and
Yeah.
tuning in tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had a half baked show, which we figured,
I'm all baked now, man.
Stubbs has been missing so much this month.
It's
Next month
Jamin,
will be my month.
this show is 2/3 baked.
Yeah, yeah, but we wish him a safe trip to get there and back. Don't take any wood nickels while you're there.
That's right. If you do, spend them on
Watch
bare
where you
titted women.
park. Anybody going to Sturgis, if they're seeing this, watch where you park. They will tow your ass gone.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
no flashing the titties.
What's happening, Jake? Oh, is that a ticket too?
That is a ticket.
Well, what I've
You'll
been
be
watching
arrested.
on YouTube, they're wearing little stars over the nipples and they're going without a top.
You can't
You're the
flash
only one in the
titties.
bed too, there, Rob.
Yeah, it's because this is the coolest place in my house right now. And the other places in the house are hot because our air conditioner's on the fritz.
No,
So we got
that's a
three
bad
window,
time to have it on
we
the
got
fridge,
window
man.
units.
When it's
Jake,
hot.
you said you're leaving for Sturgis till Friday. How far are you away from there, and how long are you going to be there? Most of the rally, because that's most of the people who go in the first week. They come home early.
That's gotta be fun.
You're sober because you're sick. Yeah. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Frogzilla.
Yeah, man.
I guess what
Glad
I'm
to
trying
see
to
you
do is
coming
get us
along,
out
man.
of here.
Come visit us anytime.
Here's the thing: if you're in a campground and you flash chitties, that's a different story. But if you're on Main Street Sturgis and you go down and you flash them, you're done.
Hey, Rob.
Damn, what a party pooper, man.
Ray
That's
says check Instagram.
Check Instagram. Check Instagram.
Yeah, watch where you park. Don't drink and ride. Jake, he'll be there in and out of the mission. When are you coming back here, Hellfighter? Are you staying for the whole rally? Yeah. Yeah, when you're sick, you need a buzz. That's for sure.
Now
1,000
that's
miles from Chicago and going for 9 days. Cool. Staying in Deadwood. All right. Yeah, that's sweet. What was you gonna say, Rob?
I was going to say that's a cool idea that Ray sent me.
He comes back on Thursday, so you're not staying for the whole rally either, Steve. Okay.
No, when we went for the first part of it. It's a 10-day rally. We were there for maybe 4 or 5 days of it.
Fort Henry, I hope.
Yeah, I can imagine people are ready to go home after if they stayed the whole friggin' 10 days, man.
Well, that's the whole thing we didn't even talk about. I mean, did you party while you was there, Rob?
In my campground, yeah.
Okay.
Sat in the chair, had some brewskis with my brother Rick, and the wife bitching at me sometimes because I wasn't listening. Well, that's natural for me. I know we partied. We had wine. We had beer. The wife doesn't drink, but we sat around the campfire having a great old time talking and bullshitting, talking to the guy across from us with his trailer. He came over half the time and bullshitted with us. So, yeah, we had a good time.
That's cool. That's cool. Randy, you want to take us out?
Well, what I can say is, if you guys are going over there to Sturgis, have a good time and enjoy yourself and stay out of trouble for one. And if you need bail money, there'll be interest on it.
Don't call me.
I'll be glad to help you, but there'd be some interest. So, yeah, anytime, man. You guys just be good and stay out of trouble, man. That's all I got to say about it. And have a good night. That's what I'll say.
You
'Cause
go
I
to
sure am.
jail, and it'll cost you $500 to get out. Gotcha.
Yeah. Every time I have to get bailed, it's like 500.
Right, right. All right, guys. Well, I'm ready to hit the button if you are.
Yep,
Yeah, man.
definitely.
All right, thanks everybody. We appreciate you being here, and hope to see you next week, and all the weeks after that.
Snoop
Yeah,
your
man.
booties.
Come back, guys, and have a good one.
Peace out.
And